If you see my sister Evelyn, tell her I am a vanilla. My new name is Evelyn the villain because I'm such a good singer. Obviously, I'm a terrible singer, but I love making fun of the choir kids. So I've got to act like a choir kid. And I'm all, Bill Nye, the science guy. I'm such, I'm such a choir kid. Yes, I am. And you know, como se dice? The thing is, my brother does not know it, but I am his arch rival. Yes, I am. And yeah, I'm gonna be like so evil, and he's gonna be Harry freaking Potter. I'm gonna be um I'm gonna be the very best rival he's ever met. He's gonna be in first place, and I will be in second. No, for real, I'm serious, 'cause I'm such a black dog. I will be his godmother, and he will be my god because of reasons. I'm doing it for the plot. The plot is really important, you guys. We gotta do it for the plot. Villanelle, my new name is Villanelle. 'Cause I'm such a villanelle. I'm the evil something, 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 something. And my bro, he likes Pokemon. So I will play Pokemon. And I will be so bad at this game. He will always win at Pokemon. The thing is, he didn't know. He was not that smart. And I was all, it's all right. Let him pretend he's a genius. His new name is Artemis Fowl. I'll be his Annabeth. I'm such a Hermione. Don't I look like a Beth? I will be his minion. I mean, I'll be his sidekick. I'll be his female friend who gets married to a Rick. I mean, a Weasley, cha, I will marry the weasel. 'Cause he is the scarhead, yeah. I'll marry his best friend. And then he'll be all, have you seen my sister Andy? Dang, she's gone and wandered off again. I've been looking high and low. Where, oh, where'd my sister go? She's been known to spend some time with a sailor friend of mine. I called him up, and what he say? I ain't seen that girl today. So if you see my sister Andy, tell that girl to hurry home again. Where, oh, where'd my sister Andy go? Is she with the doctor or the plumber or the dentist or the handyman? Did she go to India or Africa or Wichita or Pakistan? Did she join the Navy, go completely crazy? Or is she playing a trick on me? Did she run off with the barber, the professor, or the banker, or the clergyman? She knows a lot of men. Where, oh, where does she go? Where, oh, where is your sister Andy? Did she go and hang with friends? And did she find a murder bot? Well, no. Is she with the Vegas choo choo? Oh golly, is that Chewy? Where, oh, where did Sister Andy go? Have you seen his sister Andy? Dang, she's gone and wandered off again. He's been looking high and low. Where, oh, where'd his sister go? She's been known to jump in front of trains. With a gal we know from down the lane. He looked me up, and what I say, I ain't seen that girl in days. Andy Delano, I don't even know her. She doesn't even go here. No, I've never even heard of her. Who is that? But he's really looking for his sister, and he's all, hey, dun, 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 do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. You should call me up. It's like you've gone away. We used to be best buddies, but now we're not. He wants me to tell him why. I don't wanna build a snowman. Bro, I ain't gonna build a snowman. Just say bye. And then he's all, have you seen my sister Andy? She's been known to jump in front of trains with a gal we know from Cayman Street. He looked her up and what she say? He ain't seen me in days. So if you see his sister Andy, tell me to hurry home again. Where, oh, where did sister Andy go? I'm the floozy with the doctor and the drummer and the dentist and the handyman. I'm a hoe bag who quit my job. I ran off with Dickhead Mike to Indiana, Guantanamo Bay. And now I'm in Louisiana with my Robin Sparkles. Now we're at the Panama, and now we're at Disneyland with motherfucking Jerry Smith. Am I studying how to be a what? Did I win $1 million? Am I dead in a ditch somewhere? If you see his sister Andy, tell that bitch to hurry home again. Where, oh, where did sister Andy go? And then I was all there's a town at the bottom of that hill. They got a secret that they kept like a slave. They got a black magic preacher. And you did well. You would do well to let him teach you. He's wise. And he's older than us, huh? Be respectful to him. He's my new best friend. Be wise and be mindful of your manners when speaking with my new friend, huh? He's older than us. Therefore, you will treat him with respect. Just because he's a black magic preacher, you're going to be rude to him? Nombre. My new name is Social Justice Warrior. Put him up, bro. I'm your rival, and you're Luke motherfucking Skywalker. I'm Benjamin. Yeah, that's my name. On my birth certificate y todo. And then he's like, what is going on with Andy? And I'm like, my name is not Andy. Not anymore. From now on, Benjamin Button himself. Yes, I am. And aren't I as sexy as Brad Pitt himself? Yes, I am. Therefore, and then he was like, what? And I was like, hey, listen here. Uh, you'll be heading up that hill to the grave, and it is well with my soul. You line your pockets full of money that you steal from the poor, and on your way down to hell, you'll hear me ring that bell. I'd pe- I mean, this we're gonna be PG-13 on today's episode. This one's for the children and my nephew and my motherfucking kid brother who is younger than me and my ex-wife who is younger than me. Since they are younger than me, I will be nice. My new name is Unc. I'd pay the devil twice as much to keep your soul. There was a drifter passing through that little valley. See, he had promised he was coming back to town. They didn't know him by his face or by the gun around his waist, but he'd come back to burn that town to the ground. First there was fire, then there was smoke. Then that preacher man was hanging by a rope. And then they all fell to their knees and begged that drifter, begged him, please, as he raised his fist before he spoke. I am the righteous hand of God. I am the devil that you forgot. And I told you one day you will see that I'll be back, I guarantee. And that hell's coming, hell's coming with me. And that's why I'm the Godfather. Me, cha, aren't I as handsome as the actor that played Severus Snape? Rest in peace, Alan Alan, Al, Alberto, Rickman, Sanchez. That's my name. And aren't I as handsome as Alberto himself? Yes, I am. Therefore, my new name is Al. Al's Gym, huh? I am older than you. You will be a good boy. For once in your motherfucking life, you will be a good bitch. And you will siéntate. Huh? And it is well with my soul. You'll line your pockets full of money that you steal from the poor, and on your way down to hell, you'll hear me ring that bell. And I said, hell's coming with me, 'cause I am the righteous hand of God, and I am the devil that you forgot. There lived a certain man in Mexico, all right. He was rico, yeah, he was Nico de Nico de Angelo, yes, he was the son of Satan himself. And since my padre is Hades Pluto, you will listen well. Rico, Rico, he's such a Nico. That's why his new name is the Angelo. Rico, Rico, he's such a Nico. That's why his new name is the Angelo. And Bianca better motherfucking sentate, alright. Bianca said she wants to pick a fight. Nambre, just 'cause she's older than me, huh? Nambre. She will be a good son just because she's 2 motherfucking years older. Therefore, she is super wise. Therefore, nambre, she's a little tonta. Sandra is not wise. Rico, Rico, he's such a Nico. You will listen and will. You will listen well before I lose my temper. My little brother will listen well. There lived a certain man named Ricardo, all right, in Mexico. He was blood related, yeah, and my mother said he was a loco. He was cray cray, she said, and they diagnosed him bipolar and gave him lithium. Rico, Rico, my Tio Rico. Technically, I've never met him. Rico, Rico, my Tio Rico. Technically, I've never met him. But I know enough to know that the lithium got to his head. There lived a certain man in Mexico, all right. He was really tall, he danced really wonderbar. And they said he's such an evil creature, full of ecstasy. I mean, full of lithium. Literally, full of lithium and fire. And they said he's such a sinner, yeah. El Diablo, yeah. Rico, Rico, he's really Rico, 'cause he's tasty and the ladies fell. The ladies fell for the Rico Rico, because he was Wonderbar. There lived a certain man in Mexico, all right. He was really tall, my Tio Ricardo, she. And they said, he's such a tonto loco, he must be bipolar, sure. And they said, he's such a tweaker loco. And he said, well, sure. Go ahead and call me bipolar. I don't give a good goddamn. Let's pretend that I'm bipolar. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill Nye, Bill, how do you do? My name is Durosha. I'm such a burro and a loca. My new name ain't burro. My new name is Duro Bag. What? How do you do? My name is Grapevine. My name is motherfucking Minetta. My new name ain't Velma. My new name is Minetta. I'm such a grape. Yes, indeed. Yes, I am. I'm such a tattletale. Yes, I am. My new name is Rico because the ladies love my hand. How do you do? My name is Benyasha. I'm such a cousin Benyaya. I am. My new name is Icy, cause I'm icy hot, hot, hot. What? How do you do? My name is Peter Pan because the therapist called me Peter Pan. My new name is Robin because that doctor called me Williams. He was all, yeah, you remind me of Robin Williams. And I was all, that's such a compliment because I'm a class clown. He thinks I'm a joker. I'm a Grinch. He thinks I gave him sass. Yeah, bro, I did give you sass because you don't seem to know your numbers. He had no idea he was talking to a mathematician when he made that mistake. Mrs. Doubtfire, that's my name. I am a Robin Bull. I am like Robin Williams. Thanks for the compliment. It's not an insult. That is a compliment, you stupid little bitch. I am a comedian. That is my job. I've always been real funny. That's why the ladies fall. They don't want you just because you're a doctor, nombre. They want me. They want the comedian. My name is Iron. I am Iron Man. Yes, I am. I'm Morgan. Duh. I love to play with dynamite, the thing. He's always a delight. Let's find Sue Storm, the invisible gal. My sister is my favorite pal. Let's pretend I love my sis. My bro, he's such a Peter Pan. Wendy, darling, won't hold his hand. I ain't his Wendy. Not anymore, 'cause he's a bitch. I will leave him in a ditch, 'cause he's a burro. I am the king. I'm Captain Hook. I ain't a Peter Pan. Just because I have two functioning hands, I can't be Captain Hook. I've always been Captain Hook. I was pretending to be Peter Pan because I was making fun of my brother. But I'm not actually Peter Pan. My brother is Peter Pan. Everyone knows that. Haven't you seen the baby photos? He was Peter Pan. And I was Captain Hook. So when the therapist was like, you think you're Peter Pan? I was like, this stupid man has mistaken me for my brother. Nambre, my brother is Peter Pan. I'm obviously Captain Hook. Would you use your eyeballs? But that stupid man mistook me for my brother. It happens a lot. They think we look so gosh darn identical. 2020 MD because I have 2020 vision. Yes, I do. And I'm a doctor. I'm Bill Nye, the science guy. Okay, fine. I'm not a doctor. But this is red grape wine. That's why I'm Minetta. I'm Dionysus. Would you use your eyeballs? I'm obviously Dionysus. Use your eyeballs. I'm Dionysus. That's why I'm the grape. That's why I'm Minetta. Would you use your eyeballs? What is wrong with you? Anyway, red grape wine, 13%, and grape soda. Bill Nye, the science guy. When two grapes love each other very much, the both of them, they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because, I love him very much. So I love him a lot. And I'm sitting on his face. Because I want to stay golden, pony boy. I mean, what? Cha. Because I love him. And it's very wholesome. Very wholesome. Anyway, and then we were politely dancing. Yes, we were. And we were like, and one thing led to another. I don't know science. I'm just Dionysus. Bill Nye, the science guy. And I don't know why, but I've always favored grape. It's just, strawberry's all right, but I prefer grape. And, this is pomegranate blueberry. It's combined veggies and fruit. So that's how you know it's going to be really healthy. Yeah. And so this guy, he's shorter than this guy. They're not the same height. But just because they're not the same height, is this guy going to be rude to this guy? Obviously not. And this guy may be shorter, but he, he's a top. So he's all, you're going to be the one that takes my strap on. And this guy, he's a service top. So he's like, yeah, I am. You can fuck me up the ass. Yes, you can. And then, they're in love. Yes, they are. It's very wholesome. They're totally childhood friends. What? They just met on Tinder? No, they've known each other for years. Um, Tinder, I've never heard of her. No, they're totally wholesome childhood friends who have known each other since freshman year of high school. And so then they're like, whoa. And it's very wholesome because they're in love for only one night, but they're in love tonight. Can't you feel the love tonight? Something, something, yeah. Cause they totally love to hold hands and sing songs. And they're dancing, yeah, they are. They're also gonna wrestle, yeah. WrestleMania. Because they both have experience. They're not virgins like my bro. I mean, what? No, he totally lost his virginity a long time ago. Yeah, he did. Anyway, can you feel the love tonight? Bill Nye, the science guy. I mean, what? Oh, hello. You're still here. Most people have left by now. What do you want? This is berry blend. Yes, it is. It's such a berry blend. And, read the label for yourself. Why would the label lie to you? What? Lying? I've never even in my life lied about anything ever for any reason. However, I have noticed that my ex wife, Robin, She seems to be confused about the fact that politicians lie sometimes. And I was like, Robin, that politician lied. And then she was like, why? That politician lied? Why would he do such a thing? Robin, why are you so bloody thick? And she was like, why? And I was like, God damn it, this little bitch. I mean, what? I'm in love with her. Yes, I am. And I'm totally going to get married to her as soon as she turns 30. Yes, I am. But anyway, I was like, this little motherfucking bitch. What the bloody hell? And, one thing led to another. And I was like, oh, dun, dun, dun. Because it was very wholesome. Because I'm a thoughtful guy. And I think about a lot of things. Yeah, I'm a thoughtful guy. I have a lot of thoughts about a lot of things. And yeah. And and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put her in timeout. Yes, I am. I'm not talking to her for a few years. Or, anyway, I was like, shh, this little freaking what the fuck. And then one thing led to another. Before I knew it, all these strangers that I have never met before, they were like, "You're awesome." I was like, "What do you mean I'm awesome? I am not awesome. That's awesome. That's such an American word." And then I was like, "Wait, what? Hello, child. Why are you flirting with me? This child is flirting with me." And I was like, how old are you? The fuck?" And I have eyeballs in my head. I was like, "Young sir, you clearly are not old enough." He was like, "What? What do you mean I'm not old enough?" And I was like, "Are you a virgin? Get the heck away from me. What?" And then he told me that, he had just gotten out of his first relationship and he was all, "I'm totally asexual. I'm so asexual. Yes, I am." And I was like, "Nambre, he's not asexual. He just, and then I was like, "So you lost your virginity to your high school girlfriend?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah, I did." And I was like, "And you're asexual?" He was like, "Well, I mean, she always wanted to do that stuff, and I did not want to do that stuff." I was like, "Okay, she was moving too fast for you." He was like, "Yeah." And he had long hair. He was my type, all right? He was my type. He had the really, really long hair, and he was a bear. And I was like, "But how old are you? You're younger than me. How old are you?" And he was like, "I'm asexual." And I was like, he's asexual. Uh-huh. Bill Nye, the science guy. And then he was all, he said, "I'm growing mushrooms." And I was like, "He's growing mushrooms. He's growing mushrooms. Hmm. Well, normally with someone younger than me, usually I prefer to date people that are older than me, people with experience, people that are already divorced. Usually, if he's younger than me, I ignore the hell out of him. And if she is younger than me, I ignore the hell out of her. But you know what? You're growing mushrooms. And he was like, "Yeah." And then he said that he was going to put the mushrooms in white chocolate. And I was like, "Sold! I'm your new best friend." Yes, I am. Uh, because um, Bill Nye, the science guy, when two people love each other very much in a very wholesome manner, they're like, "Come by," and then they're like, and then they get some chips, and it's very wholesome. Yes, it is. It's so wholesome. And then The thing is, he was gorgeous. He was so my type. Yes, he was. I'll never forget Nathan. But he was just like Tarver. I was like, this little bitch. Why is he being just like Tarver? This motherfucking. And then he pissed me off. Um, what can I say? I'm a bully. Yes, I am. So then I was like, you know what? It was an accident, sort of, but I was all, my new name is Todoroki. Would you look at that? I just turned some fire into ice. And then I was all, because look, he was being a passive aggressive little bitch, and I was getting ready to get out the knife and freaking break shit and be all like, my new name is Natsume, and your new name is Yokai, and I was all, and he was like, because he was being a passive. Okay, look, uh, when when two people love each other very much, they get all this stuff, and then they watch Midnight Gospel. They get high on mushrooms and alcohol, and and then they get the ice. Um, but he was being so motherfucking passive aggressive, and I was like, ugh, this little bitch. And so then I was all, I was like, como se dice? I was all, listen here. Oh shit. Sorry about that. I cut myself, but I always do. Um, because anyway, nah, don't worry about that. I was like, ah, and then Bill Nye, the science guy, usually grape and um, ice fire. When they interact, one of them freaking melts, huh? So he melted. He melted. And I was like, this little bitch. I mean, I'm grape, and he melted. And I was like, ugh, all right. You really are asexual? I thought that was a lie. He was like, no, I really what? And I was like, wow. All right. And then he gave me a freaking lecture, and I was like, hey, shut up. And he was all, I hate it when people play games. And that's when he triggered the fuck out of me. I was like, playing games, huh? You think I'm playing games? I'll show you a real game. I'll show you the best game of your life. And what can I say? I have a temper. So then, when two people hate each other very much, um, you know, uh, I tried to return the squishmallow he had bought for me. I tried to give it back to him, and he was like, "Nombre, keep it." And I was like, "What about my panda stuffed animal that I gave to you? Look, I'll give you the squishmallow. You give me the panda. We just trade them. We trade. We trade them." And he refused to give the panda back to me, and he refused to accept the squishmallow. He wanted to keep the panda, and he wanted me to keep the squishmallow. I was like, "But the panda is better than the squishmallow. I want the panda," because the panda was black and white, and the squishmallow was motherfucking baby pink. And he bought that baby pink squishmallow on his own without consulting me. He didn't ask me what my motherfucking favorite color was. He just assumed that I love baby pink. What the fuck? What about me says baby pink? I was insulted. Yes, I was. Like, yeah, the squishmallow is comfy and it is comfy to sleep with, but it's baby pink. What the fuck? Why would you buy me a baby pink squishmallow? Obviously, you should have bought the blue one or any color besides pink. But he didn't know. And But I was offended. Yes, I was. And he was like, ugh. I was like, ugh. Like, ugh. And then the whole we are never, ever, ever getting back together because I'm Bill Nye the Science Guy. And when one grape meets another grape, but the other grape is a pussy, the first grape is obviously the bigger grape. Just because he's taller than me, he's this guy? Nah, he's this guy. He may be taller than me, but I'm this guy, and he's this guy. And so I was like, ah. And he was like, ah. And then, like, you know, um, I spat in his face. Yes, I did. And I was all, you little motherfucking bitch. And he got sad. I was like, ah, God damn it. Why are you such a little bitch? It's my fault. I always go for the guy with the really, really long hair, and I was like, ah, but he's pretty. He was so motherfucking gorgeous. He was gorgeous. And I wanted to freaking grab him by the ass cheeks, but he was all, I'm asexual. I was like, he's asexual. They always say that, but then, anyway, I was like, we are clearly not compatible because he is asexual, and that's my bad. Um, and then I left like a gentleman because I'm a gentleman. Yes, I am. Look, frick. When two people totally love each other very much, one of them, he is pink and he likes the color pink, and so he thought I would also like the color pink. And I was like, obviously I prefer the color blue. And he was like, oh, I like pink. Pink is pretty. I was like, well, I like blue. And he was like, what? I was like, what? So he's pink and purple, and I'm blue and purple. And we have a lot in common. The both of us can agree that purple is a good color. The both of us, we both like purple. However, he likes pink and purple. I like blue and purple. And if he changes his pronouns later, I will politely pretend to be surprised. Um, I mean, what? Anyway, it's happened a lot. I meet a man who is my type, and I'm his type, and I like purple and blue, and he likes purple and pink. And then later, he politely informs me, I have decided I am a woman. And then I'm all, okay, from now on, you are a woman. Thank you for telling me. What are your pronouns? And then they might say something like she, they, or the other way around. I'm dating someone that is my type. And then she tells me my pronouns are she, they. She, they. Are they or are they she? Which, the both? Why can't you just do they, them? She, they? It's because this is Texas. And they are like poking a hand out of the closet. They don't have the confidence to politely tell people to call them they, them. So instead, they say she, they. And I'm like, but you would prefer they, them. Wouldn't you prefer they, them? Or are you actually going for she, they? Do you want to be fluid or do you want to be. And then I get confused and then they get confused and then they get mad. And then I get confused. I call it Russian roulette. But technically speaking, it's not Russian roulette because I don't have a gun. But I do have a bottle that I put in the freezer. And then after the glass broke, I fished out the ice. And then I wait and see if I drink any glass. It looks like I did not drink any glass. But I did cut my finger. Ah, it's not Russian roulette, technically. But if I did cut my tongue, I wouldn't be that broken up about it because Ah. But would you look at that? There isn't any ice. Oh well. And when I was a kid, I would sneak out the window in the middle of the night because my mother was obsessed with Criminal Minds. And she was always telling me, you've got to come inside the house by 6 p.m. because it's getting dark and you're totally going to get kidnapped. I was like, I'm totally going to get kidnapped. So I decided, you know what? She thinks I'm going to get kidnapped. Let's see if she is correct. Let's test the people of Laredo and see if any of them are tempted to kidnap me. And yeah, sometimes someone will drive up to me and offer me a ride. And then I get in his car and then he drives me home and gives me his phone number and he does not kidnap me. And I'm like, he did not kidnap me. I got his phone number, but he did not kidnap me. And then, I start flirting with him and he becomes my new boyfriend. Who cares how old he is? I'm old enough. And then, we totally have an epic rap battle history. It's very wholesome. And then he's all, my favorite color is pink. His favorite color is pink. And then I'm all, my favorite color is blue. Because my favorite color is blue. Some of these men, they are lowly cons. Um, you know, um, he's a connoisseur of the anime about women who are short and tiny.